Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing a really small summer capsule wardrobe. So in one of my recent videos, I walked you through my summer wardrobe plan, but as I'm sure most of you are in a similar boat, summer hasn't really resulted in any activities or vacation or anything. So I've been finding myself just kind of stuck and wearing a lot of my gym clothes all day, just being like super casual and not taking time to actually get ready. But like I mentioned in that video, I really wanted to start changing that to make myself feel more motivated and give myself some direction for my day. I really like structure. And so what I'm going to do is I've put together a really small capsule. I'm pretty sure I've got about 10 pieces, excluding a couple accessories to round everything out. And I'm going to put together a bunch of outfits. I'm shooting for around 20, and I'm hoping to use that as motivation to really condense my wardrobe overall into something really manageable so that I feel that initiative to get dressed. So hopefully that is going to be the outcome of today's video with a lookbook at the end. But to start it off, I'm going to walk through my color palette, all the items that I've selected, and then of course share all of the combinations possible. So let's get started. Let's start things off with my color palette. So I recommend a color palette for every wardrobe. I've talked about this so many times, but especially when you're working with a capsule, whether that's a travel capsule or an overall seasonal capsule, I think a color palette is really important because it gives you focus and direction. So for the sake of my mini capsule this summer, I wanted to keep my palette as basic as possible and focus on my 3 favorite colors. So that is going to be black, white, and blue. Now let's move on to all of the pieces that I've selected for my mini capsule. So the objective for this capsule was to keep in mind all of the things that I had for my summer wardrobe plan. So some feminine touches, some color blocking, and then ultimately playing around with pieces that I've been wearing for many years already and remixing them in different ways so that they feel special. And then a slight focus on some trends so that I can update everything and ultimately have more fun with my wardrobe, because I think I talked about this in that video, but I'm really strict with my wardrobe curation, and especially as I've gotten more focused into what I like to wear, I tend to gravitate towards only classic pieces, things that I know will stand the test of time, things that I know I like. But the problem is that my wardrobe has developed into classic overall, and sometimes I miss a little bit of fun when it comes to that. So I've made a conscious effort to not be too afraid to incorporate some trends or some things that I may not love in 20 years. So with that in mind, I've selected a couple of things that can help me do that. So for this capsule, I have selected my pair of black pants. This is my flowy linen pair that I wasn't going to keep, but then decided to keep, and they've ended up becoming a really good part of my wardrobe that I wasn't really expecting. I've also selected a classic skirt, a pair of classic shorts, a really cute sundress, a pretty white shirt, a simple white t-shirt, a really classic white shirt, Birkenstocks, which that brings in the trendy piece, and then my block heel black sandals that go with everything and give me a slightly more formal option, because I think that's really good so that you have versatility. I like to have a balance of kind of dressy, kind of casual, but also given my own circumstance and where I live and the weather right now, I needed something or things that were breathable and easy. Things that won't make me feel like I'm sweating a lot outside because it's really hot, but then also things that can accommodate my personal tastes and kind of experimentation that I want to have with my wardrobe. And then I've also included some extras, and I'm not counting these towards the overall number of my capsule. I've done this on and off over the years. When I first started capsule wardrobes, I was super strict, and I had exact numbers represented in everything, down to individual pairs of earrings. But as I've gotten more comfortable with it and capsules have really served their purpose for me, I no longer feel the need to do that. So instead, I kind of lump accessories or extras as jewelry and then handbags and things that I won't wear all the time, but things that can really augment the pieces that I have and make them feel fresh. So for the sake of this capsule, I've selected my everyday jewelry. So that's going to be a really basic rotation of pieces that I can mix and match. A really kind of casual straw purse that feels really summery, and then a purse that's slightly dressier. So now I want to mix and match all of these things into as many outfits as possible. I really like this part of the process, and I like filming this because normally when I would do a capsule, especially when I first started, I wouldn't really have outfits planned too strictly, and instead I just kind of let the creativity flow as the season evolved. But since I'm filming this, I'm going to challenge myself to put these pieces together in as many combinations as possible, and I'm rooting for at least 20. So I'm going to do all of that now and then insert it into this portion of the video so that hopefully you can see some versatility with just a couple pieces. And if you're really thoughtful about mixing and matching different silhouettes and different fabrics, and then being really intentional with your color palette, I think you'll be amazed how much you can do with very little. So like I mentioned at the beginning, this is really helpful not only to really focus in on your style and give yourself some experimentation without getting rid of stuff, so you still have your main closet over maybe in another room and you've set aside a capsule, but this is also really good for travel. And I rely on capsules exclusively when I travel because it makes it so easy. I get really good at mixing and matching and getting a lot of versatility out of my clothing so I can bring very little and then not have the stress of carrying big suitcases and things like that. So whatever your objective is, I hope that this is helpful for you and it kind of gives you that direction so that maybe you'll want to try it yourself. And if you do, please definitely let me know in the comments down below how it works for you because I would love to know. And like always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.